Old flames are like old tax returns. Put them in the file cabinet for 3 years, then you cut them loose. This is one of my favorite lines from the Christmas movie The Family Man. If she suddenly comes back out of nowhere, chances are it's not because she magically realized your worth overnight. A lot of times, it's because the guy or guys she chose over you turned out to be nothing like you. Once they got what he wanted, their true character finally showed itself. The thing is, when it comes to trying to rekindle a past relationship, you have to be able to separate your heart from why the relationship ended in the first place. If it ended because of infidelity, there's no amount of counseling, podcasts, books, or healing journeys that can fully erase that damage. Infidelity is never a mistake. It's always choice. They chose to open their legs to another person. They chose lust over loyalty. Now, sure, you can try your darndest to make the relationship work again, but ultimately what ends up happening is you never fully forgive that person. There's always going to be a thin layer of resentment buried underneath everything because they showed you they had the inability to fully commit. They showed you they were easily influenced by fleshly desires and temporary emotions. Now, other relationships end for completely different reasons. Sometimes it's just logistics. You got a job in New York while your boyfriend lives in Nebraska. That's not necessarily betrayal. That's life. If two people truly love each other enough, eventually somebody makes the move. As Frank Sinatra said, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. Then you have relationships where two people simply grow apart. No cheating, no evil intentions. Just one life heading in one direction while the other person's life is heading somewhere else entirely. Distance, time, careers, maturity, all of that can slowly create separation. But my overall point is this. When you're going through a breakup, don't only think about the positive moments. People get trapped in nostalgia. They replay all the good memories while completely ignoring the reasons the relationship collapsed in the first place. There was a reason y'all broke up. Either somebody couldn't keep their legs closed, or eventually life pulled y'all in different directions. And honestly, I think so many couples get addicted to how good it felt when it was good that they try to rekindle things even after massive damage has already been done. Sometimes it works, but 90% of the time it doesn't because the trauma, resentment, and trust issues never fully disappear. And I commend the couples who somehow manage to overcome that. But if you're going through a breakup, remember this. Now, shifting back to more productive information before this turns into relationship therapy with compost in the background. Pro tip, compost piles actually shrink fast once microbial activity really kicks in because microbes are literally consuming and breaking down the material. It's pretty common for a compost pile to shrink anywhere from 30% to 60% in volume during the active decomposition stages, depending on the materials, moisture, oxygen, and heat levels. So don't panic if you build a massive compost pile and suddenly feel like the thing is collapsing like a failed marriage after tax season. That usually means the microbes are doing their job. Sunlight can also help warm compost piles during cooler months, but too much direct summer heat can dry them out way faster than people realize. That's where tarps become extremely useful. A tarp helps retain moisture, regulate temperatures, reduce excessive evaporation, and keep heavy rain from turning your compost pile into a swampy science experiment. During winter, it can help trap heat inside the pile, and during summer, it helps prevent the pile from drying out too quickly from direct sunlight. It can also help reduce nutrient runoff during storms and keep weed seeds from blowing into your pile. But honestly, don't feel like you have to use a tarp to make good compost. At the end of the day, if you're giving your compost pile time, nitrogen, carbon, water, and clean oxygen through the turning process, you're going to be okay. The method you choose all depends on whatever technique fits you best.